Hey, comic book junkies, it's the Frog Queen here, and I'm back with another episode of what I'm currently reading. Today, I'm just gonna go over some comic stuff. I won't get into novels. We'll just talk comics. And yeah, I've got some different stuff back up on my wall back here. You may or may not have found out, it depends on whether you follow me on social media, that I stream on Twitch now, like 5-6 days a week, playing Minecraft. It's really fun, and I love it. So yes, this is kind of like my streaming area. So of course, when I'm on Twitch, you can't see like the sides here. So this is a widescreen video, so of course you can see that this isn't exactly the perfect backdrop for a widescreen video, but it's great for being in a little square box on Twitch. Anyway, let's talk about comics, shall we? I know it's been a while, and I have been reading, so let's start with the obvious things that I've been reading. Things that I've been reading for a while. Of course, Faithless 2 is out, and if you're not reading it, you've got to. So it's Brian Azzarello, which everybody who's been reading comics for a long time is probably well versed in. But it's drawn by my very favorite, Maria Lovett. I love her. I mean, she's been one of my favorite artists now for so long. She's just, oh, so posh. So like modern, and I absolutely love everything about her. I'm looking for a page that I can show you. As you know, this is a very erotic story, so some of this isn't appropriate for YouTube and I can't show it, but here we go. I love it. Everything she does is amazing. Of course, you probably read Heartbeat if you're a fan of hers. This one is all finished, came out a little while back before the quarantine and the epidemic. Fantastic story as well. Kind of like a murder story, I guess you could say. So that's one of the obvious ones, because everybody knew I read the beginning of Faithless. This is the second story arc. Loving it. Of course, I'm also reading Mercy by Mirka Andolfo, who is my other favorite female artist, or just artists in general. It seems this year female artists have really been, they've just been my favorite. Like, yeah, it kind of happened that way. Of course I've got like lots of favorite artists, but like my top favorites are female artists, and you're gonna notice that in this video more than ever, I think. So Mirka, oh my god, Mercy is just a bit of a bloody story. You know me, I'm always in the vein of horror, and I think the majority of these books classify as thriller/horror stories type thing, and this one is no exception as well. Beautifully drawn as usual. I'm looking for something that's not too gory, that I can show, that also doesn't have boobies in it. It's so hard. Here's a lovely, the first panel, the first page. Just gorgeous drawings, and of course we know her as having drawn one of my favorite comics pretty much of all time, I guess now, Unnatural, which was also an Image comic release. I love Unnatural. Fabulous. To continue on with the fabulous female artists, I'm also reading, this is Sleeping Beauties. This is illustrated by the wonderful Allison Sampson, who's been on the channel before. We've done interviews with Allison in the past. She's worked with some of the greatest people in comics, and now she's working with Stephen King. This is a reimagined, I guess, a retelling of a Stephen King story, Sleeping Beauties. This one's actually about a pandemic that affects women only, and in a really creepy way, it puts them to sleep, and they start cocooning around their head, this weird cocoon. And if you remove the cocoon, they turn into rabid beasts and attack you. So it's almost like zombies in a way, in this really different creepy, freaky story way. And it's gorgeous. Like, we know Allison's an amazing artist, but she's done some amazing panels here. Let me see if I can find, again, something that's not too adult that I can show on YouTube. That's hard. Oh my gosh. Of course, this is like a horror story, so maybe a bit. So I like how the wispiness of the cocoons have been drawn. They start around your head, and then it closes in more and more. And of course, people keep removing them. There's also this psychic sort of character and all these lovely moths everywhere, which we don't really know what that all means yet. So that's really cool. Anyways, I love this story. Sleeping Beauties is out on IDW. Mercy was out on Image, and what did I say? The other one was Boom put out Faithless 2. So fabulous books. Really excited. Also been reading, continuing on the path here. Hellblazer. Yeah. This is Simon Spurrier, Jordi Belair, and Aaron Campbell. I'm actually digging this whole story arc and the artwork. Probably one of the best Hellblazer stories to come out since the original series, if not the best, I'd have to say. It feels really true to the original Hellblazer stories, you know? Peter Milligan ended the series on such a lovely note, and I really, really loved where the original run ended with Peter Milligan. And since then, I haven't really enjoyed very many Hellblazer stories and the very iterations, and Constantine being in this and that. But Simon Spurrier has really been kicking it and doing a great job, and gotta commend him for that. Really liking it. Pick it up. I think this is story arc number 2 now. Of course, I've got Tyler Jenkins' new story, King of Nowhere. This is a really different one, and I feel like this one deals with a little bit of, I guess psychosis isn't really the correct word, but this is issue number 2. I'll just give you a sneak peek. Some very odd things. Some really bizarre reality and insanity. I don't even know how to really explain this story, so I'm not even going to, but it's great. Pick it up if you like that augmented reality, weird things happening. It's Tyler Jenkins, and we all know how much I loved him and his all of his work over the years. If you don't remember him, this one's from Boom Studios, by the way. If you don't remember him, he had worked on a lot of stuff with Matt Kindt. I guess that's the best way to say it. So it would have been Grass Kings, which is weird. King of Nowhere, Grass Kings, King. Anyway, great new series, great stories. What else have I picked up? Bum, ba, da, bum. We're gonna keep going down the line. Of course, we're still reading The Marked with gosh, my brain. David Hine and Brian Hyberlin. Sorry, my brain's just. We're still reading The Marked, and we're still reading Sonata, of course, which I've talked about ad nauseum probably at this point. Tomorrow, by Peter Milligan, which was his pandemic book that actually started before the coronavirus, which is just really weird, has officially been, I believe, canceled in floppy format, but will be coming out in the trade paperback. That's because it's Dark Horse, and I guess Dark Horse is doing this a lot now, and they might be doing just trades. I heard that rumor. I don't know if it's true. Have not confirmed. But this is a great story. I was really enjoying it, and I'm sorry that it's not coming out in floppies. I was really hoping it was going to. What else we got? Of course, Justin Jordan's Reaver, and I love this cover. And this one came out a little bit ago. There's we're up to 9 or 10 now. Do I have them right here in my lap, or do I have them somewhere else? That's kind of, I'm a little bit disorganized these days with the, oh, they're over here. Yeah, we're up to this one here. Oh yeah, we're up to number 4 on King of Nowhere. Yeah. I'm getting mixed up. Fabulous cover again. Oh, they're so good. And those Becky Cloonan's covers are just so gorgeous. So yes, if you're into brutal fantasy, Justin Jordan's Reaver, it's an ongoing series. Definitely get it. This is the 2nd story arc. I love this cover, actually. This cover's floating my boat, right? Everybody thought she was dead, and I'm like, she's not dead. Rakala's not dead. There's no way. Also reading Protector. This is a really interesting story. Image Comics. This one is a really awesome cast of people working on it, and it's about Indigenous people in Canada. I believe, again, kind of being taken over colonialization in the future. And everybody's kind of like living back more in like a primitive state because of the war and everything like that. And then they find this crazy being from the past, but still like it's like a technological being. It's like a tank, basically. It's like a big robot cyborg thing. Let me just show you a bit of how amazing. I love the artwork. Really, really fantastic. Love it. It's got a little bit of that Mike Mignola feel, you know what I mean? A little bit. You know? Love it. Love it. Okay. That's a really great story. Moving on. What did I do? I talked about Hellblazer. I feel like we've got most of these. Did I talk about everything? Oh! Also, of course, Wonder Woman, Dead Earth by the amazing Daniel Warren Johnson. This has been a really, really great series, and I know a lot of people do not like the DC Black Label large format, but I do. So it's more like a magazine print format, same size as like, I don't know, 2000 AD or Heavy Metal magazine, but I think they're nice. I really like them. They're more expensive. I think this was $7.99 American, which means I paid a whopping like probably $11 Canadian for it because the markup is intense. But look at like the amazing spreads. Daniel Warren Johnson's just like, he's just freaking amazing. I love them. So this is a post-apocalyptic Wonder Woman story. Very, very cool. That's book 3. And then I needed some new horror in my life, of course, so I got this. It's John Carpenter's Tales of Science Fiction. This is the 2nd one. It's been pretty interesting. So this is kind of a horror sci-fi book. And we're dealing with, well, I can't even show you some of it because it's so violent, but it's really cool. This one actually, yeah, I can show you this spread just to give you a figure of the artwork. Really interesting story. It does remind me a lot of Aliens, the second Aliens, the second one in the trilogy or whatever. I guess it's more than a trilogy now. Times being what they are and movies just being remade 100,000 times over. James Cameron's Alien movie kind of reminded me of that a little bit. And then, of course, because it's John Carpenter, I did get a little bit of the Thing in there, kind of popping out of my head too. And I think that's mostly everything that I've been reading. I haven't really been reading too much digital stuff. Every now and then I'll pick something up, but like literally can't even tell you from my brain what it has been. And there are comics. Floppies are coming out. Please go support your local comic book shop as much as you can. I know it's hard to get out. A lot of shops are doing deliveries and mail outs and all kinds of different things to make sure that you get your comics. So if you can support them, please, please do. I've definitely been supporting mine as much as I possibly can. These all came from the local shop over the last couple months. And although there isn't a whole lot coming out still, there are comics coming out. There are comics there for us. Anyway, I think that's it. Jeez. 15-minute video so far, I guess. It's been a while, right? So please, if you're into just chit chat, come check me out on Twitch. I'm just streaming games and chatting about comics, whatever, basically, or games. And it's just twitch.tv/thefrogqueen. And I'm really enjoying myself there. I'm an affiliate now, so I'm doing a big push over there to try and I guess make a little bit more income for myself and do everything I can to make it successful and keep it fun. That's my big thing, keeping it fun. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for all your support, all my new subscribers, and all my new everybody who's followed the channel. You can always check me out on Instagram, Twitter. I'm most active on Twitter lately. I don't know why. It's kind of switched from Instagram to Twitter these days. I don't know why. But yeah, come say hi, chit chat. I like to post game stuff and comic stuff. Anyways, thanks so much, guys, for being here. And until next time, read something good. Bye.